What's up, guys? This is Will Schusterick. I'm excited to be showing off and giving a review of what my favorite disc has been over the last 2 years since it has really came out, which is the Prodigy PA5. We're going to be talking about the PA5 in premium and base plastic. We're going to be talking about why I putt with the PA5 over the PA3, and I'm going to show you why I really love throwing the PA5 backhand, how versatile it is, and how everybody should have one of these in their bag. I'm going to show some comparisons to the PA3. Count and I still throw the PA3 all the time. It does obviously serve a different purpose than the PA5. I just feel like the PA5 is such a versatile disc, being straight to understable right out of the box. And it has kind of changed my putting game ever since I've switched over to putting left-handed. Putting with the PA5 is significantly easier for me because it's just really straight, slightly understable, and it has a lot of glide. So I'm going to show you guys the comparison to the PA3, how it flies side by side, and at the end of the video, I think you're going to want to go try out the PA5. All right, so let's take a first look at the PA3 in comparison to the PA5. For those that have never thrown the PA3, it is the most popular putter, most popular disc by Prodigy. It is one of the few putters that Prodigy has with a bead on it. You can actually see this is one I've had in my backyard for quite a while. I've been practicing putt it with for a couple years now. It's not deep and it's not shallow. It's very comfortable in the hand. Very good flight overall. I would say neutral to slightly overstable. But again, you can kind of see the profile here for the PA3. All right, here's the PA5. As you can see, I'm testing out the new Fractal 300 Fractal from Prodigy with a pretty sweet team stamp. You can see the PA5 does not have a bead here. It is much shallower comparison to the PA3. You can actually see how in-depth it is right here, kind of by my finger. So not too deep. A lot of people would call it fairly shallow. That's actually why I like it for putting, is the shallowness of the PA5 allows a little bit for a cleaner release. I think that's actually what makes it pretty straight to understable, is the shallowness. It is slightly bigger than a PA3. So if you're going to look at PDGA standards, the PA5 can actually be up to a max weight of 177, where a PA3 can actually be a max weight of, I think it's 174 and a half, almost 175. So it's slightly bigger. Doesn't make that big of a difference, honestly, but you would maybe notice it if you compared the two side by side. But again, just a quick other look at it, you can actually see the PA5 rim up top, PA3 on the bottom, PA3 with a ring, PA3 with a bead, and PA5 no bead, a little more shallow. So depending on how you like putting, the PA5 has been an advantage for me because it's a little bit of a shallow grip, a little bit easier for me to putt, and like to release it just with a slide hyzer and get a little bit more glide out of it than the PA3. All right, so when putting with the PA5, what I'm looking to do is just have a slight hyzer release out of my hand. The PA5 really is pretty neutral to straight, even at putting speeds. It's not something that has a really late drop, or can you flex it a whole lot. It's honestly pretty straight on the line that you're releasing it on. So what I'm looking to do when putting with the PA5 is just have a consistent release. And that's something that I could do when I putt left-handed. I'm just looking to have a slight hyzer release straight at the basket, not bring it in really wide, not looking to release on an anhyzer. I'm not even really looking to release flat at the basket. I'm just looking to have that nice easy hyzer release towards the basket. Anywhere within 45 feet, I can stand still and putt the PA5 because it's a little bit lower profile. It's got a lot of glide. It's really easy to get to the basket from slightly longer distance than where most people are jump putting or maybe a harder putt. All right, guys, now that we checked out how the PA5 putts, kind of in comparison to the PA3, I could think of no better place to go to than Westside Park to show you how the PA5 flies in comparison to the PA3. I'm out here, I've got some base plastic PA5s, I've got some premium plastic PA5s, and I've also got some premium and base plastic PA3s. So I'm gonna show you the stability difference between the two. A big difference between the PA5 and the PA3 is that the PA5 is really not meant to be thrown really hard and flat. You'll notice a lot of people that throw a PA5, if they tend to throw it hard, they want to throw it on a good bit of hyzer, get it to flip up, and then have a really late flip at the end of its flight. The PA3, you can throw flat, slide any, you can throw it just about any angle, and it still has a consistent fade at the end. The PA5 really is best when it's thrown either at a softer power, a little bit slower speed, or just a lot of hyzer on it and get it to flip up and have that late fade. So let's watch them fly. Base PA5, 300 plastic. Soft PA5. We're gonna go for the 300 soft PA3 in comparison to the PA5. $750 PA5. And $750 PA3. Here, show me. What is it? Say PA5. Okay, make it. Woo! All right, guys, thanks for watching the comparison of the PA5 to the PA3. I'm really excited to announce my signature series 300 fractal PA5. Make sure to check one out at prodigydisc.com or your favorite retailer. This is my favorite disc. It's Liam's favorite disc. Very straight, fairly understable, easy to throw, but extremely accurate. I'm gonna finish it off with hole 11 out here, Westside Park. One of my favorite holes, straight downhill. Just gonna rip my signature series disc and see how it goes.